I'm Joe.
And I'm Ben.
And we're the Bourbon Boys. Let's pour a glass.
Welcome back to Bourbon Boys. Here we are. We got one that I've been waiting to do for a long time. We got Peerless Single Barrel Rye. So, I picked this up in Kentucky for about $80.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I've been excited to try it. So we're gonna crack it open.
It's a store pick from Depps, which is in northern Kentucky, in Covington. It was in Covington. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But this is a 2-year-old rye. They don't disclose their mash bill. Peerless is an old company from the late 1800s, but Prohibition did it under. I think in 2014, if I recall, they opened back up, new ownership, kind of took the name, went with the history and everything. But they got quite a following. A lot of people talk about this.
A lot of people seem to like it.
I was just looking. So this is the single barrel, and I think I've had one Peerless bourbon.
I don't think I've had any.
But I haven't had any of their ryes. But apparently, when they first came out, their rye, not even single barrel, they batch it in small batches. Their small batch rye was $125 retail, which I just saw.
That's hefty.
But this, unbelievably, I just have to point that out because while every other bourbon and rye is going up in price, this one apparently has come down.
Yeah.
Not that it's cheap or anything at $80, but
it's a pretty hefty price tag.
Let's see if we get a good one. Oh, yeah, it was all right. It was all right. It's a plastic top. It looks metal, but it's not. All right, let's see. This one's coming in a single barrel at 107 proof. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Which is what it goes in the barrel at. They barrel little lower proof than a lot of places. Not real low, but at 107. Yeah, I think I need just a little bit more. Hold on.
We need some more.
I got a short pour here. All right, if we're going to add a little ice to it, we need to make sure we got something in there. Let's see. But this one came out. Only aged 2 years, so I'm not sure. I didn't realize that till I was looking at the at the bottle. They say it proudly, 24 months. I don't know if that's something.
I guess we'll see. I don't get a whole lot on the nose.
Let's see.
Pretty
not
light.
Getting a lot.
Yeah, there's
getting a little caramel.
A little caramel, okay.
Let's go in.
A little hot at first. You can tell it's pretty young.
Yeah.
But the finish is nice and
you know what?
Sweet.
You get just getting a little bit of that like fruit, tobacco notes that I really enjoy on the ryes, but not as much as some other ones. Now on the finish, I'm getting it more.
It's
coming in more.
It's a good finisher.
Kind of like dark dried fruits that I like. And it at 107, this doesn't really. It's a little hot at first, but it mellows quickly. Yeah.
Second sip wasn't as hot.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Now we've been sipping a little bit, so that was not our first sip. So when we say it's a little hot, we were sipping on some before this that were up in the hundreds, in the 110, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still got a little bit of a bite
Just
to
a
it.
little bit.
Wow. That's nice. I wouldn't guess this a 2 though. I mean, this doesn't. I don't think it tastes really young. Not real young.
Not terribly young.
I'm getting a little bit of the graininess now, more. But anyway, let's try it with just a little bit of ice. I'm going to get a sliver. Look at there. Bam, I got me a sliver.
Okay.
But this is pleasant to drink. It's nice.
Not
and
bad
the finish,
at all.
The finish is nicer.
Very, very long.
It just lingers. When you get those dark fruits.
Plums and
caramel with just a light tobacco on there. That opened up the nose a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I was going to say that, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, with
A little bit of ice. It brings out the flavors are popping a lot more now.
Yep. Don't have that bite that was right at the
That
beginning.
initial bite eased off, and it opened up a lot more flavors on it. All the way through the sip instead of just on the back end. See if they're still coming. Wow, it looks like so far it's a pretty good pickup, man.
I think it's so far so good. We'll see, but we'll
finish it off and we'll be back.
That's right.
See, we finished off our glasses.
Very easy.
Quite enjoyable, actually. Quite enjoyable.
Very nice.
So I'll say this: adding a little bit of ice to that, and we haven't had that recently. Like I said, the more we're sampling, the more we're liking them straight out of the barrel, as opposed to what I used to enjoy. I'm finding myself leaning more and more towards that. This one being an exception.
Yep.
The ice just opened up the
everything
nose, especially. As soon as we put the ice in there and you nose it, you just get all these dried fruits and kind of a little spice in there, and it just smelled wonderful.
It was great, yeah.
And then that opened up the palate, and I think the nose and the palate worked together, so I think that just opened up all the flavors a lot, and it was much nicer with just a little bit of ice in it. You feel it the same way?
I totally agree. I mean, as soon as we added that ice, like you said, that bite went away. There was a little bite at the beginning. It disappeared with that ice. So, yeah, I think adding the ice helped in this case, which, like you said, we haven't said in a while.
Right. But all that being said, this is a tasty rye whiskey. And if you have a chance to try it, I would. $80 is not crazy expensive, but it surely is not a budget.
No.
It's not a budget bourbon. That's pricey. That's on the upper end of the price range, in my opinion. It's not, it's not $200 or something, but there's better rye whiskey out there that are in the same price range or cheaper.
Yeah.
The Willet being at the top of the list. Of course, that's an exception. But all that being said, on flavor on this one, I'm going to give this one a good 3.5. It was quite tasty. It was very good.
Yeah.
And surprising, 2 years, especially once you added that ice and it edged that little bite off of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that was a 2-year-old whiskey.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you with the flavor there. I mean, the 3.5, maybe even 3 or close to a 4, maybe.
You could edge up there a little bit.
It is very good. The thing where I'm kind of a little disappointed, I guess, is the price point. I mean, it is pretty pricey for
what you're getting.
Yeah, what you're getting.
Yeah, it's if this was, I would price this in $50, $60 range, and I would be more comfortable buying it. But I also don't feel like you're getting ripped off at $80. It's not like, holy crap, this is garbage.
Yeah.
So the value on this, I'm going to give it, so 2.5 being average, I'm going to give it a 2 because I think it's a little overpriced. Not that I think it's a ripoff, but it's just a little overpriced.
Just a little bit over, yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking too. For value, I'm going to say a 2. It's just a little too much for what you're getting. Not bad though.
I was thinking as we were drinking it, what I said before, the $125 price range. I thought, if I paid $125 for this, I'd be pretty salty.
Pretty upset, yeah.
About it. $80, you're like, I feel a little too much, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
It's close.
At $60, I'd feel like that's a nice $60 bottle.
Yeah.
Because there are, like I said, that Willet is about in the low 70s, and it is substantially better than this, in my opinion.
Yeah, for a rye, yep. I agree.
Anyway, that's where we're at. If you got any opinions, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. You got something you want us to try, if we can get our hands on it, and we can afford it.
Yeah.
Get our hands on it, and we can afford it. And if anybody wants to, send us something. We're more than happy. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'd love to try it out.
Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.